Hello students, I am Professor Zuhair Mirza. Today we will learn degree of comparison. As you all are well acquainted with this topic, degree of comparison, you have learnt it in your previous standards. As we know, most adjectives have three different forms: positive, comparative and superlative. So, degree of comparison, student, it has three forms: positive, comparative and superlative. And superlative degree is considered as the highest degree of comparison. Now student, the most important part is that how will you identify that the given sentence is in positive degree? Now here I will give you the identification. So how will you identify positive degree? In the sentence you will see as or so as. Here in center, you will see adjective. Same in comparative degree, how will you identify that the sentence is in comparative? You will see er, then, any other or many other. Now, how will you identify that the given sentence is in superlative degree? Here you will see the est. So you can see I have put dash here. In this dash will come what? Adjective. Let's take an example. Number 1. If I write here as tall as, tall is my adjective. As and as represents that the sentence is in positive degree. So here comparative, it will become taller than, and here it will become the tallest. Let's go with the second example. As great as. So as great as is a positive degree. So in comparative degree, student, it will become greater than. And here it will become the greatest. So you can see, student, how I changed my adjective tall and greater, how from positive it changed into comparative. You can see I added er then, and here the est. Students, this is my one syllable adjective. Whenever you come across one syllable adjective, the other two degrees will turn into er and est. So you can see here how taller became tall became taller and how taller became tallest. But students, there are more adjectives that have two or more syllable, like third sentence, third one, as beautiful as. So you can see, student, this adjective, as beautiful as, this adjective has two or more syllable, beautiful, three syllable. So here such degree do not change into, such degrees do not change into er and est. Like if you come across adjective that has two or more syllable, in comparative degree we add more beautiful than. And here in superlative it will become the most beautiful. More beautiful. So you can see how adjective with two or more syllable turn into more beautiful and most beautiful. Now student, let's take one more example. The fourth one is as popular as. Even this is, here also we have adjective, two or more syllable. So here also popular will turn into more popular than, and the most popular. You can see how I change beautiful. I've added as beautiful as turn into more beautiful and the most beautiful. As popular as turn into more popular and the most popular. Now students, we have one more adjective. When we put in degree of comparison, it changes completely in all 3 degree. For example, if I use here as good as, so as good as, so here this is called irregular. Now if I change it into comparative, it will not become more good or gooder, it will become better. As good as will become better than and the best. So I hope students you are getting how I change good into better and better into best. So students, we have many more such adjectives like bad, as bad as, here as bad as. So here it will become what? It will become worse than. In superlative it will become the worst. Take another, little as. In comparative it will become less than, and in superlative it will become the least. So you have seen that in this part, in this session, I have taught you the basic of degree of comparison. First I gave you the identification, then I gave you examples, and I told you how many types of adjectives will come across. Syllable, one syllable you have to use er and est. If 2 or more syllable adjective, use more and most. And if you see such adjective like good, bad, little, so you will see different in other 2 degree of comparison. As you can see how as good as became better and here the best. Same with bad as became worse than in comparative, and in superlative it became the worst. Same, as little as became less than in comparative, and in superlative it became the least. Now students, these were the basics. Now we will come to the transformation. Now let's see how to convert the positive degree into the comparative degree. Now what we will do, we will learn it through the structure. As you know that in past videos also, I used structure to change, like how to change from one sentence to another. So let's see the transformation. Okay, now we will see how to change positive to comparative. Now I'll give you the structure. Positive degree. It begins with subject plus helping verb plus positive degree sign as plus object. Now how I'll convert it into comparative degree? Object will come here and helping verb. Now students, helping verb will be used here according to what form of subject or object comes here. Like if it is singular, you'll use singular helping verb. If it is plural, plural helping verb will come. Okay? Plus not, plus as will turn into er then, plus subject. Okay, this is my structure. Now let's take an example, student. This knife is so sharp as that. So first we will analyze this sentence. So this knife is subject. This knife is subject. Is helping verb. So sharp as, this is my positive degree. And that is my object. So according to the structure, you can see here the structure, I will place object, that is that knife, in subject's place. That knife. This is also singular, so I'll use is. Suppose this knife is so sharp as those. So if I'll put those over here, so the helping verb will change into are. So, but here I have used singular, so I'll use is. That knife is. Okay, then you have to place what? Not. So sharp as will become sharper than. Means you will cancel this too. Sharper than, and bring subject over here. This one. Don't write knife, knife 2 times. This one. So let's see, have we followed the structure? Yes, we have followed. That knife, object, is helping verb. We've used negative. Structure says us to put negative. Then so sharp as became what? Sharper than, means comparative degree. And this is my subject. Okay. Now let's take another example. Math is so interesting as geography. Math is so interesting as geography. So let's analyze it. So math is my subject. This is helping verb. So interesting as, this is my positive degree. And geography is your object. Okay. So we'll follow structure. So according to the structure, object comes first here. So geography will come here. So geography. Okay. Geography singular is. Not. So interesting as will turn into more interesting, because I cannot change interesting into interestinger, because this is two, here adjective is 2 or more syllable. So geography is not more interesting than math. Okay. Now students, let's see what if not comes in positive degree. Let's take that more examples. Now students, what if not comes in positive degree? So what will be the structure? Subject plus helping verb plus not plus as plus object. So don't panic. Rule is the same. So in comparative, object will come here plus helping verb. Now here we have used not, so we will not use not over here. As will turn into er then, and then subject will come here. This will not come here. So now let's take an example. Positive degree. Matheran is not so cool as Mahabaleshwar. So here you can see Matheran is subject, is helping verb. We have seen not over here. So cool as is positive degree, and Mahabaleshwar is object. Rule will be the same, student. Okay. So what we'll do, Mahabaleshwar will take subject's place. So Mahabaleshwar will come here. So Mahabaleshwar is. Now here there is not already. Do not put not here. So cool as will turn into cooler than. Put Matheran over here. So Mahabaleshwar is cooler than Matheran. Okay, Matheran. Let's take one more example. Delhi is not as crowded as Mumbai. Delhi is not as crowded as Mumbai. So now let's turn this into comparative. This is subject, this is object. As per the structure, object takes subject's place. So Mumbai will come here. Mumbai is. Now what? Remove not and turn as into comparative degree. So as crowded as will become what? More crowded. Mumbai is more crowded than Delhi. Mumbai is more crowded than Delhi. Okay, now students, we will learn another type of positive degree. So till now you have seen two specific comparisons in the sentence. This knife, that knife. Okay. Matheran, Mahabaleshwar. Delhi, Mumbai. Math, geography. But now in this type of positive degree, you will see one specific and another one is not specific. And that positive degree sentence starts with no other. So we will solve positive degree that starts with no other. Okay, students. Now we will see positive degree that starts with no other. So now students, we have learned in previous examples the two specific comparisons coming together. But here in this type of positive degree, one will be specific, another will not be specific. So here you can see that positive degree starts with no other, follows with object, then helping verb, and then as there's a positive degree, and then subject. And how the subject will come here, then follows with helping verb, depends, singular or plural here, then as will turn into er, then no other will change into any other, and object will come here. Let's take example. Positive degree. No other peak is as high as Mount Everest. Mount Everest. First we will analyze the sentence. It started with no other. Yes. Yes. Helping verb. As positive degree. And we can see subject Mount Everest. Now we'll follow the structure. The Mount Everest will come here. Mount Everest is. Okay. As high as will become higher here. Higher than. No other will become any other. Any other peak. So you can see how I started with the structure. Mount Everest subject, helping verb, er then no other, peak, my object. Let's take one more example. No other woman in India is as popular as Sonia. Okay. So now student, you can see I have started with no other, follows with my object woman in India, helping verb is as popular as Sonia. So now students, rule will be the same. I'll start my comparative with my subject Sonia. So Sonia will come here. Let's put Sonia that side. So should be not confusion here. Sonia, okay. So Sonia is as popular as will become more popular than no other will become any other woman in India. What if students I keep my this no other in past tense? No other woman in India was as popular as Indira Gandhi. So if my positive degree is in past, so my comparative degree will also be in past. So no other woman in India was as popular as Indira Gandhi. So Indira Gandhi was, is will become was, more popular than any other woman in India. Okay. So this is positive degree starts with no other. Students, positive degree also starts with very few, which we are going to learn now. Okay students, let's do examples where positive degree starts with very few. You can see there is only difference between no other and very few type of positive degree. Instead of no other, I used very few here, and instead of any other, I used what? Many other. So these are the changes in positive, this type of positive degree. So let's take an example. Very few kings were as famous as Akbar. So now students, you can see this positive degree has started with very few. So the comparative form of this type of positive degree, same, the subject will take, this subject will come here in the beginning. So Akbar will come here. So Akbar was, because Akbar is singular. Okay, here kings was plural, so that is why I used were here. So Akbar was, as will be cancelled, more famous than very few will turn into many other kings. So what is the meaning of this sentence, student? That among all other famous kings, Akbar was one of them. So this is the meaning of the sentence. Let's do example number 2. Very few places in India are as attractive as Manali. So same rule will be followed. Manali will come here. Manali is, it's singular, more attractive than, very few turn into many other places in India. So now students, you have to be very careful in using any other and many other. Any other will be used when you will see no other in the beginning of positive degree. And then you will see many other when positive degree starts with very few.